Welcome to round 9 of the championship. It is time for the one and only British Grand Prix. I am Roben and these are the qualifying results. It's Dan27 taking his 6th pole position of the season with a 1 minute 23.696. Newcomer SJM 1337 delivers a strong qualifying performance and completes the front row. Red Tabor with his best qualifying result of the season, lining up in 3rd. From Woolly51 in 4th to XACP in P8, it looks very close as they are separated by less than 0.2 of a second. A disappointing qualifying for Romano, who will start in P9. Then comes I Am The Game, Kex, Killidan and Drudak lining up his Force India at the back of the grid. From the sunshine at Valencia we move to lower temperatures here at Silverstone, but the report indicates it will stay dry throughout the weekend. What's up everybody, back alongside me is Alex Pepper.
Hello.
And guest commentator Andrew Wood.
Hello.
Hello guys. Meanwhile we can see Dan27 is getting ready for the start here of the British Grand Prix at this usual place, the pole position. Woolly51 in 4th and I Am The Game starting in 10th, and we are on board with him for the start as well. And 5 lights and we are off. Lights out at Silverstone, and I Am The Game is already alongside Romano here, braking for turn 1, and it's really close here, but he slots in behind the Lotus driver. Greek Don't Lie here. And meanwhile Dan27 is taking a comfortable lead through the first turns and is already opening a gap to SGM in 2nd place. But I Am The Game trying a move here, maybe on the inside of Greek Don't Lie, but thinks better of it, so backs out of that one. Everyone is getting through nicely, it seems.
Woolly51 is already up into 3rd position in those prime tyres as well, so that could be good for him.
Yep. And I Am The Game still right on the back of Greek Don't Lie here. But he withstands the pressure for now. And meanwhile we can see in the bottom left corner Dan27 is already opening a 2nd gap to the pack behind him, and that is important to break out of the DRS window before the start of the 3rd lap.
2 cars ahead of battling for position, going side by side through slow corner, and looks like the HRT came out on top.
Yep.
I'm The Game though, just sticking behind Greek Don't Lie here, goes a little bit wide there, but shouldn't really be going up the inside here, thinks better of it and almost turns into the corner as Greek Don't Lie goes wide onto the grass and should get around him on the outside here, which he does.
Yep, I Am The Game taking advantage of that little slip and mistake there by Greek Don't Lie. So up into P8, decent start for him, starting from P10, so already making up some places. And here's a replay of the start of EMR now.
It's a good start off the line, already ahead of Tadja and almost up alongside his teammate and just cleanly up into P5.
You see the difference in last week's race at Valencia, that EMR started on the prime tires. He decided options this time around and already gets a nice decent start right behind his teammate, going down the DRS straight away.
Yep, as we are on board now for the replay start of Doug, starting in last place. A bit careful here, cautiously braking for turn 1 and trying to avoid Killidan, who spun out there a bit and after hitting Sauber there, and makes up a place in the process.
Yeah, it looks like the Virgin driver just kind of entered turn 1 a little too hot and kind of just bounced off the Sauber and spun out. So Drew Dog did a really good job there to avoid that.
As we are skipping to the end of the lap there, and contact between Kex, I think it's involved again, and he's coming back though at Drew Dog here, and goes around the outside and takes that place back. But yeah, a lot of incidents there at the back of the field.
EMRtelevision chasing Bully 51 around last few corners here, and probably looking to gain another place up. You see third place up ahead of them, and there's a spin. Just tapped the curb there a little bit probably, and spun out a little bit.
Yeah, that's a real shame, and it's really going to hurt EMRtelevision's race, who was running in 5th and battling for P4 actually. But now down into P11, has to make up some ground, but there we can see Thatcher, who was parked almost at the side of the track there.
Looks like he had contact with XSFP there, going into turn 1.
Yep. Problems there for HRT driver Thatcher. We will see how that turns out. Meanwhile, Dudak is in a fight right in front of EMRtelevision here with XACP. You can see that on the bottom left of your screen as we have an onboard shot there. But we are skipping ahead now to lap 4, and we are on board with I Am the Game.
Takes a very aggressive dive around down on the inside there on his teammate. Maybe a little bit of team play going on there. Looks like Wooly just let him through.
We see that Wooly lost another spot to Greek Don't Lie right behind, so perhaps Wooly had a little bit of a shunt there. Going to Brooklands and back on board with Drew Dog again, and still battling with XAZP in the opening laps here.
Oh, and he just loses its rear there and spins out a bit.
No.
That's unfortunate there for the Force India driver, as he's well in the points.
Yep. Does not damage his car, but of course loses some time and places there. As we are back on board with EMRtelevision on lap 8. He's under pressure from Romano behind him. As we can see his arrow all over EMRtelevision's back.
Doing a good job so far defending. But probably going to get overtaken through the DRS zone here. But let's wait and see what happens. As the Sauber driver goes wide, which will give him a very poor exit here, or entry and exit.
Taking a little trip through the grass there, Kexis, and EMRtelevision also makes a slide there, and yeah, similar to what happened earlier. Must that be maybe a setup thing? His rear end seems really unstable here at Silverstone this weekend.
Looks like he's dealing with a lot of tyre wear here. That front left is looking very worn.
Yeah, that's also playing part, of course, but he's coming in now for a new set of tires, and that might be a wise decision to get some better grip on these under his car.
Dan 27 coming in for his first pit stop as well, putting on the prime tires also. 4.4 second pit stop, and this is one of the slower pit lanes on the grid, so it's going to take a while for him to get in and out of the pit lane fast enough. So we'll see if he keeps his first place or if he drops the place here. Got XAZP in second.
Looks like he's going to come out alongside him. Maybe just behind him. He will get the DRS here though, I think.
Yeah, it's probably the first time in 2 races now that Dan 27 has lost the lead, but you know, he'll warm his tires back up and I'm sure take the fight right back to AZP again. Now he's sandwiched in between 2 Williams drivers. He's got Romano right behind him on warmer
Romano
tires.
can get through here. That could cause real problems for Dan.
Yeah, that could be a real interesting situation here, actually, as the teammates could, yeah, play this together a bit and work together on slowing Dan down.
Alongside all through that complex here. Well, Dan will surely have to go from around the outside. Amazing driving there from these two drivers.
We see Killer Dan 2009 on the bottom is retired from the race, so first lap incident has probably set him off a bit and can't continue on. So
looks like Dan's warmed up his tyres. So Romano shouldn't be too much of a problem, who might be on worn tyres.
And XCP is fending off into the pits here, so that allows Dan27 to have some clear road ahead of him. He will be happy with that. As Romano is still staying out, also started on the prime tires, so he still has some laps in those tires left. As SJM sets the fastest lap of the race with a 1:29.5. And he is right on the back of Romano there in the background, so he might be looking to get closer to Dan here in the lead. But Dan27 turned up his engine to the rich mix, and well, he's actually turning it down now again, as he feels he has enough of a gap. And it's a long race, so it might be wise to save some fuel along the way. But what happened there? I think there was an incident there between Romano and SGM, because they're falling back, and Romano was just yelling on the team radio there. What's happened there?
I don't know, it seems that they might have had some contact going into Cops turn 1.
That's surely going to help out Dan here.
That is playing right into the hands of Dan27, who is now 10 seconds ahead of those guys, and giving some breathing space to him. So we are back with Drew Duck, who is up into P4, started on the prime tires, so of course he is getting in front of all these option runners, but running wide here a bit, and that allows both Red Tabor and I Am The Game through. Ooh, and really struggling with these tires, I think, this point of the race.
Yeah, 14 laps on these prime tires is enough to really wear them down, especially since he qualified on them. So Greek Don't Lie is going to make a move also, and a little tap there pushes Drew Dog wide.
Thanks for the hit, Timmy.
Greek Don't Lie probably could have used a little more awareness there, but
Timmy just pushing off the track.
Never mind, it's okay because Drew Dog needs to take a pit stop anyway, so.
Yeah, but Drew Dog is still staying out at the next lap here, where he gets some company from XACP and Wooly51 it is, I think. Well, it's Wooly51 right behind him, and XACP is a little bit further back still. But Wooly51 eager to get past him clearly. Drew Duck not giving up without a fight.
XAZP will be hoping for Drew Dog to hold up Wooly51 a little bit here, so he can catch up quite a bit. Or much easier anyway. As them two will be on fresh tyres.
Yeah. He's looking to make a move around the outside, maybe. Drew Duck taking the apex there. But whoa, Wooly51 just pushes him almost off the track there. And a little bit aggressive overtake there from Wooly51. He clearly was the faster car, but that was a bit rude of him.
Yeah, and now both cars are in front of him, and he's down to 9th place, but crucially still in the points.
Oh, and yeah, loses it there, and that's maybe staying out too long on these tires. Drew Duck really pushing to the limit here.
Losing an immense amount of time there, having to reverse out of the blocks. As back on board with I'm the Game, who's looking to make an outside move on Red Saber here. Both on the prime tyres. Red does an undercut on Red Saber, that's a fantastic move, and will be on the outside for this corner and then the inside for the next two corners.
But the Red Saber comes back at him and doesn't give up easily. So good battle going on here, as I'm the Game might be looking to go and then the inside here on turn 1. No, he thinks better of it. But Red Saber running really strong here in P4. And also a great qualifying result for him in third. It was his best qualifying result of the season so far, and he seems to have the race pace as well. So yeah. Ooh, and we can see Kex35 has destroyed their vehicle, and there is a safety car. This really can shake up this race now, as Dan27 was in the lead comfortably after that incident from Romano and SGM we saw earlier. About 10-second gap he had, but yeah, that's going to close right up.
He chooses not to go in the pits though, that could be crucial for this race.
Yeah, he doesn't chooses to get a free pit stop and make use of the opportunity. He has about seven laps, I think, on these primes now, 7 or 8 laps. So yeah, he thinks track position is more than as.
Oh!
Yeah, this was the replay of Kex destroying his vehicle there at the inside wall of turn 1, and yeah, just turning in too early, and that's a horrific incident. I hope he is okay, that he can come back for the next race, but that looked really awful, to be honest. As we are now back on board with Dan27, and the safety car is in this lap. We got a green flag going, and we are underway again.
On the radar, if you thought when the safety car just came out, it looked like SJM did go into the pit, so he'll be on much fresher tyres here.
He's going to lose a lot of track position by coming in the pit lane though, so Dan27 is not going to have much battling here as the second place driver pulls in, but I Am the Game and Red Saber continue to battle. They've been battling all race pretty much. And Tadger pulls over, you know, he's the last car in that mix, so he kindly pulls over and lets these two keep battling. And Greek Don't Lie right up and right ahead of I Am the Game. No DRS yet, as this is the first lap back from the safety car. So I Am the Game's gonna, looks like he's boxed in with his teammate Willie51 as well.
Looks like they were doing a little bit of bumper cars there.
You saw briefly Greek Don't Lie just kind of lost it there, so he's going to lose out on this as well.
Yep, and I Am the Game taking advantage of that situation, so he's up into P6 now, right behind his teammate, but runs wide there, and XACP is coming back at him, and gladly takes that place back from him.
Put some pressure on him and try to get it back.
Yeah, looking, it was, when he went by him, was very close to contact there. Could have been much worse than what it was. But defending here from Greek Don't Lie, doesn't look like it's going to be too much trouble at the moment, as there's a big queue of cars forming up here.
We saw one car off at the end of Chapel there. Looks like the first car in that line just kind of rejoined from the grass.
Yeah, but these cars are all really close together after this safety car situation, of course, so it's looking like the first few laps all over again, with a little train going here, but these drivers all really close together in pace, and Red Saber goes a little bit wider and just loses 2 positions already by going wide a bit. So that just shows you how close it is at the moment, as I'm the Game gets passed right back here on his inside again by Greek Don't Lie. Great stuff going on here, so much happening, so much position changes, and this is a replay of EMR's restart of the safety car situation. He really needs to push hard to get back and rejoin the pack here in time. He slots in right behind Drew Duck and can go right away.
Our data's showing that the car ahead's likely
EMRtele's going to hope for a little bit of contact or something from the cars overhead so we can grab a couple of spots as he's lagging behind a little bit.
Yeah, and oh, and Drew Duck just hit the inside wall there, as well as what happened with Kex earlier, what brought out the safety car, and Drew Duck also hitting the wall there. I hope he's okay, but that didn't look good.
Yeah, just a little early turn in, you know. Tends to go sour sometimes if you get the turn in wrong, especially on a high-speed corner where there's a wall protruding out there. So tough on these drivers to, you know, their precision to get everything correctly.
Yeah.
And we can see a little bit of contact with XAGP and Wooly 51 up there. These drivers all racing very close, giving each other plenty of room, which is great to see. And you see I Am the Game is going to really hope for some sort of calamity to happen down here, but everyone gets through alright.
Yeah.
And we'll have to see how this battle turns out in a few laps when everyone starts to shake out and turn their fuel mix down or be easier on their tires.
Looks like Red Saber just tried to push Wooly into the wall there, and Red Saber just lags right in front of I Am the Game there. It was slightly wide, so it looks like I Am the Game might be able to get around the outside here, but Greek Don't Lie comes through from nowhere.
Crazy stuff here as we switch to EMRtele's point of view, and he got hit by Greek Don't Lie as well there, trying to make a move there, but was at much higher speed than Greek Don't Lie, who was a bit out of shape there at the grass, but rejoins the track right in front of EMRtele there, and EMRtele did cut up with these guys though, because they are battling, they are losing time of course, and EMRtele just wants to get this slipstream going and jump on the train here. But he's just over a second behind Greek Don't Lie, so he really needs to push it to get that DRS in this lap.
Okay, it
Looks like he might have, and yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does get the DRS, but of course everybody in front of him in that little train there gets DRS, so the DRS is pretty much useless if everyone gets it. There's no real advantage there for one particular driver. The gap stays about 1 second. Back on board now with the leader, who is on lap 23 here, and Romano has catched him up, as Dan 27 is also saving some fuel, as we can see on the indicator on your right. But Romano, I think SGM 1337 as well are catching up with Dan 27 now.
You see the top three have definitely pulled out quite a gap on the battling cars behind them, so these three are got the front running pace to compete with Dan 27, and looks like a really great race for first place up here at the front.
Yeah, as we can see from the split times, SGM is only 1 second behind Romano, so these three guys are probably going to fight for the win here.
That safety car has really helped SJM and Romano, who had that contact earlier.
Yeah, as we can see a car wide there, it's the car of XACP, I think. EMRtele can take advantage of that, but meanwhile I Am the Game is all over the back of Red Saber and might try move on the inside of him. He's going wide there, but he maintains that place from the game. So still battling together for P4 there on the bottom left. EMRtele getting a corner cut there. Still trying hard to keep up with these guys in front, but having a hard time as he's getting passed here by Tadger, who's unlapping himself on some fresh options. So that's not really helping him, unless he can get the DRS from him, of course.
1027 back on board again, and he's... Let's see what the gap is going to be when he hits the line here. So these three drivers are still right on each other's tails and still vying for first place, and I'm surprised one of them isn't trying to hang back just a little bit to save some tires and some fuel. But these three are hard at work, giving Dan 27 a lot of pressure and trying to get their first win each of the season.
Dan 27 defending well there in those corners, as Romano is eager to get past him and maybe have a move on him, but Dan 27 taking the inside line again, the defensive line, into turn 1, and defends that yeah, very well actually. No challenge so far, but leaves pretty much space there at turn 3, I think it is.
Very close racing here going on with these three guys. You can see that there's not much separating the three cars from each other, trying to get that first place. EMRtelevision has found his teammate up ahead, it looks like, so he's going to try and battle. Or actually, I believe that's the lapped car of Tadger. He's just a little bit up ahead.
That you're fending off into the pits here, so EMRtelevision is now with some clear road ahead of him, but also 3 seconds behind the guys in front. So yeah, really struggling to keep up with them. So we are back on board with the leader. We're still defending hard from Romano here.
It looks like the only place that is going to get overtaken is in the DRS, and he's just defending everywhere else really well.
Oh, but he makes a move in the inside of turn 1, and he's all alongside Dan 27 now, and Dan 27 has to take the outside line here, and Romano is through. He's taking the lead, and
Looks like SGM might be able to get through here as well.
SGM is right on the back of Dan 27, so Dan 27's tire is really coming off now, as these guys chose to get a free pit stop during the safety car, but Dan hasn't, so he's on really worn tires. Romano is actually running on the option, so no wonder that he's much quicker, and yeah, it's the question if Dan 27 even can hold on to Romano's pace here. But skipping ahead now to the end of lap 28, and he's still in the stream of Romano. Yeah, Romano is having a lot more pace here at the moment.
You can see the last lap also that Romano had the DRS going down the straightaway, and Dan 27 really couldn't defend very much. He had to use all of his curves going down Wellington straightaway, but he's going to get the DRS now, so Romano's going to be a sitting duck going down this straightaway. But I don't believe the straightaway is long enough for Dan to make a move, so...
Yeah, so Romano retains the lead, and Dan 27 meanwhile has some company from SGM 1337 behind him. So he has to watch out for him as well. But yeah, a great battle going on here for the lead. We've seen Dan 27 of course, yeah, dominating a lot of races, and this might be a little bit more exciting for us to watch, at least as spectators, and surely must, yeah, bring some joy to his racing season as well, when he gets challenged like this. But dropping back now to third place, as SGM also takes advantage of his tires being worn out.
That decision not to fit the safety car when the safety car came out really came back to haunt him now.
Yeah.
It's possible that Dan 27 was hoping for double safety car or something on the restart. You could see all the close battles that were happening, so maybe he was trying to stay on the tires longer so that he can outwit everyone and get some fresher tires on his second safety car, but that didn't seem to happen. So now Dan is stuck on these tires and still is keeping very good pace on guys that have fresher tires than him.
Meanwhile, I'm the game is trying to move from Greek Don't Lie, but Greek Don't Lie defends that place. I'm the game now inside. No, he thinks better of it. But Red Tabor has fallen a bit back, I think. P6 now. So I'm the game has found a new sparring partner here in Greek Don't Lie.
And we can see that Dan 27 has finally decided to come in, and he's going to lose all the places to the drivers that are currently on screen, taking over the positions. And I Am the Game is still battling in a three-way battle here with the Lotus driver and the McLaren driver. Not really a lap for these guys to breathe. Isn't that right, Alex?
Yeah, all over the track there's battles going on, 3-4 cars in a line. It's just tough driving, but it makes an exciting race to watch.
Good pace. Keep pushing.
Yeah, it's turning out to be a great Grand Prix actually. One of the closest we've seen so far. A lot of battles going on there, and I Am the Game is continuously battling. I think from start till now he has been battling with somebody. He's not given any time to breathe.
Looks like Red Saber's caught right up to the back of I Am the Game now, who's losing a lot of time with Greek Don't Lie here.
Yep, as Greek Don't Lie decides to make a stop there, and Red Tape just slots in there behind him in the pits. I Am the Game staying out. Back on board now with Dan27,
The next car is one of the
who has warmed up his tires now, and Romano made his stop, and
Oh!
data's showing that the car ahead's likely to be
I think Romano was a bit out of shape there, braking to correct his mistake, and Dan27 was caught out by that braking, of course, at an unusual place, and that made him spun out as well. So not too much damage done. I think his car is okay, and he's only 1.5 seconds behind Romano, so he surely is able to catch up with him now, as he's really pushing it to the limit now. Got the faster mix running, and you can see the difference in pace there. With Romano, who's still some cold tires, of course, this lap, so he's already at the back of him, and he's already alongside him actually. So an easy pass here for Dan27, making the undercut work on Romano there.
And you can see now that Dan27 has more fresh tires than the front runners. So you see up on the board, EMRNL has made his way up to third. So it wasn't previously mentioned that the safety car really helped EMRNL too after his couple of spins at the start. Now we're on board with him, third place. Turns the fuel down, but you can see that his tires are pretty much done also. So he's probably going to pit soon.
Especially the front left tire, so he's indeed pitting for another set of prime tires. He will be looking to make that work till the end of the race, probably.
Puts on primes, and that'll probably make him last to the end of the race. Smart move there by EMRNL.
Yeah, as we are back on board with the HRT driver here, the current championship leader, and as I Am the Game has made his stop, there was the only car who was still in front of Dan27. Also SGM 1337 has made his stop. Meanwhile, so Dan27 is back in the lead again.
It says that he's right on the tail of EMRno here, who I think is on the option tyres. So EMRno still on slightly cold tyres, not fully warmed up yet, so that's probably helping SAZP here stay up with him.
Yep. XSP going around the outside of EMRNL here. Can he make it stick? Yes, EMRNL is giving him space there on the inside, so there is room for XSP, and he dives up there and still alongside each other. Great racing going on here, but XSP clearly on the faster tires at this stage of the race, so takes that place.
Meaning that he's going to have to stop again though, which is going to annoy him.
I find it pretty remarkable the grip levels on the outside of that turn, the outside of the right-hander there. all the cars have been making passes on the outside and making them sticking all the way to the inside of
We need you to
the
start
pit
lapping
lane.
the high minute 26 bracket
Yeah.
to match the car ahead.
It has been a popular place to overtake, that's for sure. As EMR now is trying to hang on to the slipstream of XACP, but he's really going for it now as the Force India of Truduck is a little out of shape there. Gets lapped here by these cars, so also wants to move out of the way there and does that very well. Truduck not really racing these guys anyway at the moment, so yeah.
Looks to be a disappointing race for Trudeau there, because at the start of the race he looked like he's going to have a decent race and get some points.
Yeah, well, he's still up for points, so he's probably just trying to be consistent now. He's lapped by top 8, so all he can do now is just try and bring the car home and hope for some other people to make some mistakes and move up a few places that way. But yeah, still gets at least some points home for the team. So XACP indeed has to make another stop, probably is putting on some options for the last 11 laps, but effectively has to make up yeah, a full pit stop on EMR now if he wants to take that place back, as EMR now is moving up to P7 now. So will be interesting to see. XACP of course will be a lot quicker at this final laps of the race, as EMR's tires are going to wear out. And yeah, 20 seconds is a lot though, about 20 seconds for a wall pit stop.
And still these three are still battling on, even on lap 44.
Yeah, as Greek Don't Lie runs wide there. Still great to see these guys are really matched, evenly matched it seems. Throughout this race they are just on it, and this is the battle for 4th place. I have to say this is a great race for Red Tabor, really showing some good pace here at Silverstone this weekend. He's not up into these top places and battling for P4 usually, so it's a good job by him. Whatever happens, it's a good race for him nonetheless. Oh, I am the game just got hit there.
A little bit too aggressive going through Maggots and Beckett's there.
Yeah, he hit the back of Red Tabor there and just lost his car. That's a real shame, as he was right on the back of him. But you can see just a moment loss of concentration, perhaps, can really be a big deal, as Dan 27 is under pressure of SDM 1337.
SJM looks to be the faster car here, but we all know Dan's quite very good at defending, so he will be looking to hold on until the end of the race here.
Yeah, I believe STM is actually on the options, as he yeah, stayed out a bit longer. 27 of course had to make an early pit stop because he didn't make that pit stop during the safety car, but STM yeah, is on much fresher tires, much younger tires, so it's giving him a lot of pace, and these guys have to play it smart now, have to watch their fuel, as Dan 27 is doing. He's saving fuel because he knows he wants not to be a sitting duck at the closing stages of this race. And they're alongside each other, STM, and he makes that move stick and takes the lead from Dan 27 there. Great move to take the lead, and it's now just very important for Dan 27 to stay with him and use the slipstream to keep up with him and maybe see some opportunity later in the race. But SGM on his debut race here in the season, his first race making a really strong impression.
You saw Dan 27 just turn his fuel up there also right at the end. He's really desperate to get that first place back. So these three drivers are at it again. Now it looks like Greek Don't Lie is battling with Red Tabor.
This shows how much time that you lose when you're battling with another car, because I in the game had that spin in contact earlier with Greek Don't Lie, I think it was, or Red Tabor, and he's already caught back up to him within the space of about 4 laps.
Yep. And we are on lap 50 now, so only 3 laps to go for these guys. And Red Tabor has opened up a little gap there and taking advantage of some slight mistakes here by I'm the Game and Greek Don't Lie. But I'm the Game, good job from him to come back at these guys after his spin. And still in it for 4th place maybe. As we are back on board with Dan 27 on lap 51. Only 2 laps left. Can he see an opportunity on SGM 1337, or is this guy, the newcomer, going to take a victory on his debut race? That would be something, wouldn't it, Andrew?
Yeah, he's really made a strong impression here. He's been battling with Dan 27. We haven't really seen many people battle with Dan unless it's pit stop rotation, so it's very good to see that he is a strong contender and puts the fight to the HRT team that seems to have their drivers locked up this year. So you see that we're approaching a lapped car, probably the Force India Drew Dog again, and hopefully he just gets out of these guys' way so that they can continue battling right till the checkered flag.
Yep. Meanwhile, we can see on the split times that Romano has fallen back a little bit, so he's probably going to take 3rd though, so that's a podium at least for him, but lost out somehow at these guys battling for the lead and for the win. And we can see Dan 27 falling back a little bit now on SGM 1337, who's really pushing hard, and you can see Dan 27 also is having some fuel issues. That's not really helping him either. And out of the DRS zone here on the final lap now.
It looks like this is going to be SJM's victory unless he has a mistake or something of that occurrence.
Yeah. But my question is what really could have Dan 27 done differently? Was it just the safety car situation where he didn't make a stop as he runs wide there again and hits the gravel? So I think SGM is clear now for the win if he doesn't make any mistakes and keeps it together. And even whoa, is that a puncture? Yes. Dan 27 has a puncture and has to move out of the way because Drew Dog was right behind him and gets the chance to unlap himself there. But yeah, that is race over for Dan 27, at least for the win. Might be able to take 2nd place now if he can keep Romano behind him. But yeah, it's SGM 1337 who's taking the victory here at Silverstone. A great race by him and a great debut. As we can see, Dan 27 is coming over the line here in 2nd place. And a replay here of the game.
Looks like he's going to try everything on this last couple of laps to get by Red Tabor here.
Guys are fighting for that step just off the podium, looking for that 4th place victory. So these 3 guys were together all race long, and it almost looks like Red Tabor just kind of pulled over a little bit for I Am The Game there. But I Am The Game's going to take the next turn, and Red Tabor's going to slot in right behind.
Yep. So I Am The Game coming out on top of that long race battle in 4th place. And we can see EMR now here also coming around the last corner and to complete lap 51, so there's still a battle going on here for 7th place, of course. As we saw earlier, XACP was on the options for the last stage of the race here, the last stint, and the gap is down to 2.8 seconds now, so XACP really closing in fast. Can EMR now keep it together and stay ahead of him? We've seen similar situations with EMR now at Istanbul Park with I Am The Game, where he just finished ahead of I Am The Game for the podium place, and last race at Valencia we also saw him in a scrap with Greek Don't Lie right to the finish line.
Looks like XAZP is about almost 6 seconds back on that last split, so...
Yeah, something must have happened to XACP there on the final lap, and made a small mistake probably, which put him out of contest here, but still a great effort to try and come back at the EMRNL. Yeah, a little bit disappointing for XACP to finish in 8th place. Really losing out to Dan27 in the championship, but EMRNL taking 7th.
And the race results are SJM1337 winning on his debut race over Dan27 and Romano rounding out the top 3. I Am The Game wins the race on battle for 4th position over Red Table and Greek Don't Lie. EMRNL in 7th. XAZP with a disappointing race in 8th, but got the fastest lap over 1:24.956. And in 9th position, Drugdog 727, 2 laps down along with Taja 144. And Kex 35 DNFing for Sauber for the 2nd time in a row, with Killer Dan 2009 also DNFing and Wally 51 disconnecting.
And after 9 rounds, Dan27 leads with 187 points on the table. Another podium finish moves Romano up into 2nd place, just in front of Wooly 51 and teammate XACP. Dan27's Massa still in P5 after missing this race. Nothing separates I Am The Game and Greek Don't Lie, who are both on 54 points. They are followed by the McLarens, and newcomer SJM1337 is already up in P10 after his debut win. We still have a battle at our hands for the Constructors' title. HRT are only 12 points ahead of Williams, and McLaren are still catching up with Force India for 3rd. Sauber must be delighted, as they almost doubled their points after winning their first race of the season. Well, Andrew, thank you for joining us this race, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing these back-to-back races here, so hopefully we'll be back in the box again very soon. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, thank you.